Hi, I'm Tenley Hardin, Education Director at Aspen Learning, and this is a video about multiplication activities for middle school language arts. So every year with our middle school students, we like to do a poetry unit. At the beginning of the year, the first thing I do really in the first week of school is have the students take a multiple intelligence test. And this test, if many of you educators know, is a way to measure the multiple intelligences or the primary learning modality for each child, how the child processes information best. And when it comes time for the poetry unit, the students understand, because the objectives have been stated and of course the lesson has been planned, that with the poetry unit there will be a fair at the end of it where they're going to present their portfolio of work. So they'll go back to the multiple intelligences and actually look at their primary learning modality and align it with their poetry. For example, if you have somebody who is musically intelligent, he or she can write lyrics. I've seen a lot of students get up and play guitar while they show their poems. It's a way for them to express themselves musically. I've seen other kids who are linguistically intelligent do word game poems. It's really fun because at the fair, people will come by and actually play the word games, and then the student can instruct those, oh, do this, try this word game. All of their poems are word games. I've seen other students do math poems. So, if they're mathematically intelligent and they're kind of in that engineer, they will do certain poems that are actually numbers and how numbers can be very creative. For the intrapersonal ones, those shy, kind of introverted intrapersonal intelligences, I've seen students do diaries. They've done a whole portfolio of work where their diary is really revealing of their heart and soul, and they'll just put it there for people to view, those poems that are very introspective. For interpersonal intelligence, those individuals, I've seen students do really cool things. They'll sit down and they'll actually do a poetry reading, and then they'll talk their poem out, or they'll talk to other people and say, what did you think of it? How do you like it? Did you respond to it, or did it resonate with you? And they can even do sculptures and buildings. I've seen kids do, huge Lego structures with poems, which is phenomenal. So it's a great way to actually align an entire unit with the multiple intelligences. And it also helps students understand how they are intelligent and how they process information, which empowers them, makes them feel confident. When they know how they process information, they feel so much more confident. In fact, some of them are like, I didn't know that, that's so cool. And it's great to see how their poetry lines up with their primary learning modality. Some other activities for multiple intelligences involve what we call learning centers. And this is a great game day. Let's say you've got a Friday and you just want to help your students understand the material better, or review material, or get ready for a test. You can actually set up learning centers throughout the classroom. One center can have a vocabulary memory game. So again, just like the memory game we played as kids, you can do vocab words on one side, and then the meaning of the word actually on another card altogether. And they can be different colors, and you can do memory in that way. You can do the Riddle challenge, which is really fun. Each center, or the center for Riddle challenge, you would walk up, try to figure out the riddle, and then maybe write a new riddle for the next person who comes along, which is awesome. It's really fun. Catchphrase is a great one to do as well, that you can create with vocab words. You can create with literary terms. Catchphrase is a way that when you're trying to describe what's in front of you, but you can't actually use the words to describe it, you can even act it out if you've got some kinesthetic learners. Bingo is another one to do. You can do that for spelling. You can do it for vocabulary. You can do it for literary terms as well. And then finally, book circles, where you can discuss books. So we've got interpersonal intelligence here. With bingo, we've got a little spatial intelligence, visual, catchphrase, linguistic, riddle challenge, more linguistic, vocabulary memory game, a lot of math in there. And you can vary these every time, but learning centers are fun on game day, and it's a great way to access the multiple intelligences of your students. So you just watched a video on multiple intelligence activities for middle school language arts. My name is Tenley Hardin, Education Director at Aspen Learning. Happy learning and growing.